Hello everyone, my name is Dave and I'm your new teaching assistant or student instructor for the course Mechanics of Materials Lab ME307 or EMA307. So I am a PhD student, third year, in mechanical engineering, specializing in computational biophysics, where I essentially take a biological problem and study the mechanics behind it, what kind of mechanics can drive these problems or can model these problems. That's essentially what I do for my PhD. So this semester, as we know, is going to be hybrid, where it's a mix of in-person and online classes, and the modality of instruction can take different forms throughout the span of this course, as you might know it by this time altogether. So, however, we will have synchronous sessions where I will join you in your online lab class, starting from the first few weeks. Let's see, next week, yeah, and later we will switch to an in-person, and if things are okay by till that time, and there are speculations behind that, but let's assume that we will have an in-person class. So we will take the teaching accordingly. We will do make sure that you get an in-person experience safely altogether. So the essence of this subject, to give you an introduction, also we will have other sessions as well, but just to begin with and get a flavor of what we are going to see for this course, is the subject truly lies in how engineering materials behave under different forms of external effects. And when I say effects, that can be anything, ranging from a push and a pull, and the engineering equivalent to that is a tension and a compression. From a twist, the equivalent is torsion, and then bending, and then impact loading, buckling, etc. Things that you see in your daily life. So these are the things which we will quantify it. We will give numbers to it. We will give measures to it. As in, if you see a problem, you can really tell what that problem is going through. What are the constituents of the different kinds of stresses, or let's say in simple words, what are the effects that the material is undergoing within a certain span of time. So these are the things you will be able to figure out by the time the lab ends or by the time you clear this course. So these are the things that we will basically do, and as Professor Dressler has said, we are here to break things that will give us more insight into how a material behaves. So for those who haven't taken ME 306 or EMA 303, welcome to the world of solid mechanics. This is a fascinating world of materials in which each material is unique in itself. They have several properties which might befuddle all of us. We never know what a material is. Let's say if you have a chalk and you try to twist the chalk, you would see that the pattern in which it breaks is nearly identical for all the chalks that you might have taken. So this is a kind of torsion test, which you might see that a number of materials share the same kind of phenomena or exhibit the same kind of response when you apply such kind of an external effect. The reason I'm not saying forces, for those of you who have taken ME306 or EMA 303 mechanics of materials, is because stress is a very specific term. Stress, strain, force, these are very specific terms. And when I'll explain to you, you will get an idea how this is different from other things. For example, if I push an object, there is a certain amount of stress which is being developed inside a body. Let's say if the other end is fixed, and let's say if the other end is not fixed. So someone who doesn't know what stress is might just say, what is that thing which is being developed? So exactly, that's the reason why we are taking this class, that we get deep insight into what these properties are, which seem to have engineering names, but are really not obvious when we do problems or when we try to read something which is related to that. So we will talk about all these things. So let's say when you're doing these kind of problems, when you're doing these kind of experiments, apart from learning certain things, you should also make sure that you are knowing what material you're using. The reason is because when you choose a certain class of materials for a job, such as, let's say, when you sort of graduate and then you join industry or academia, and then you'll be given a choice to do a project, let's say, where you have a task of building a bridge, let's say, or designing a gear suspension, For those of you who love, vehicles or automobiles, racing cars, or designing a, gear suspension, or let's say a rotor. So in that case, what is essential is understanding what are the properties which this particular material exhibits, which can be used for this particular problem. So that's the whole purpose of understanding how materials behave or how materials respond. And for those of you who have taken this class, ME306 or EMA 303, first big advantage is you get to know a lot of the engineering terms which we will discuss here, and that's a great opportunity for you to know, to learn, to ask questions, to get things clarified, to get a better understanding of how materials behave, as I'm repeating it already, because that's exactly the objective of this course, and how these tests are performed. Because based on these tests, you can get an idea what kind of external loading this particular material, let's say steel or aluminium or iron, whatever that is, because when you get to a test, you can see what material you are using it. So you'll get to know that these properties, these materials exhibit certain properties which are needed for that material to respond in that behavior. So that's something which we will learn additionally, and you will get to see most of your example problems that you might have done in your EMA 306 or 303 getting life. That's very interesting, because now you can figure out why those numbers appear. Why am I getting certain values which might not be intuitional, which might be where I might have certain doubt in understanding a particular concept. So once you do these experiments, such concepts will be clear. And also, if you are planning on doing a PhD, mechanics and materials is a qualifying course in mechanical engineering in and most of the big schools that we have so far. So this is also a great advantage for you. You don't have to start from scratch and do things. You'll already have a good exposure of what kind of questions you expect and what is the background that you might need. Okay, so once we get to the online session, we will talk more about these in the upcoming lectures. We will have tension tests, compression, buckling, impact loading, and a lot of other things. I won't bore you in this video with these technical details, but once I get to this topic, we will discuss about that. We will have fun, we will discuss questions, we will have pop quizzes. I'll give you a lot more insights on how these materials behave the way they do, and why are certain materials chosen for a class of machines, for a class of instruments, and that's what we will learn in this course. Enough said. I know I'm already taking so much time, but I'm very excited to meet you all online for the first few weeks, and fingers crossed for in-person classes, and let's see if that happens. I'll be very happy because I'll get to see you all, but of course there is again a factor of safety that all of us are aware about by now. So I'm looking forward to joining you in your first class and getting to know each other. So till then, stay safe, wear a mask, practice all the healthy measures, and go Bears.